Listen closely, chosen one, for the time has come, and the words you are about to hear are not for the faint-hearted. You stand alone, not because of chance or circumstance, but because you have been deliberately set apart by the unyielding hand of divine will. Every sneer, every doubt cast upon you, every betrayal you've endured was not a series of random acts. They were deliberate steps in a divine strategy, orchestrated to shape you into the formidable being you are destined to become. The heavens have watched, silent and patient, as you faced trials meant to break you, knowing full well that the day of reckoning would come. And now that day is here. The hour has struck, and those who dare to underestimate you will tremble as the skies unleash their fury, roaring with the thunder of divine retribution. The blessings that are about to pour into your life will not be mere gifts. They will be the very manifestation of justice, a force so profound that it will shake the foundations of those who ever questioned your destiny. You are not merely a survivor. You are the chosen, the culmination of a divine plan that has been unfolding since the dawn of time. Every sacrifice, every step in the darkness, has been observed by a power greater than any this world has ever known. Now the scales are tipping, and nothing can stop the flood of favor that is about to descend upon you. This message is not a casual observation. It is a divine edict, a proclamation from the highest realms that your time has come. The forces that have opposed you will cower, and those who doubted will be silenced, for what is about to unfold in your life is nothing less than the will of God made manifest. There is no retreat, no surrender, only your rise, ordained by heaven itself. Prepare yourself, for what comes next will leave no doubt that you are truly chosen, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can halt what has been divinely decreed. Your struggles were never random, nor were they the result of mere human error. They were deliberate, calculated moves in a divine strategy designed to forge you into a force of unparalleled strength. The heavens themselves decreed that you would walk through fire, not to be consumed, but to emerge as gold purified 7 times over. Every betrayal, every loss, every moment of crushing despair was a hammer-stroke against the anvil of your soul, shaping you into the weapon that God intended you to be. The very foundations of your life were shaken, not to break you, but to reveal the unshakable core of your being, an essence that can withstand the fiercest storms and emerge victorious. You stand now as the product of divine will, molded by trials that would have destroyed lesser beings. The abandonment you faced was not an accident. It was a divine test, a crucible meant to burn away the dross and reveal the pure, unblemished metal beneath. Those who left you, who turned their backs in your hour of need, were merely instruments in the hands of God, unwitting players in a cosmic drama that was always destined to elevate you. Their departure was not your downfall. It was your liberation, the moment when you were freed from the chains of earthly dependence and thrust into the arms of divine providence. You remember the day when every pillar of support crumbled. Friends, family, those who swore loyalty, all gone, leaving you in a void of darkness. They believed that isolation would be your undoing, that without them, you would crumble into nothingness. But in their arrogance, they failed to see the hand of God at work, using their betrayal as the very catalyst for your ascension. What they intended for harm, God has turned into your greatest strength. Their rejection was the fuel that ignited your transformation, propelling you toward the glory that is now poised to be unveiled. This was no mere test. It was the divine forge where the chosen are refined into vessels of honor, prepared to carry the weight of the blessings that are about to descend upon you. Long before you drew your first breath, a divine blueprint was etched into the very fabric of the universe, detailing every step of your path. This was no mere plan. It was a celestial decree, a command from the Almighty that your life would unfold according to His will. Every ambition, every burning desire within you was woven into this plan, not as random sparks, but as intentional flames meant to ignite a fire that would consume the ordinary and reveal the extraordinary. You were chosen, singled out from the very beginning, and marked with a purpose that transcends human understanding. The forces that drive you, that keep you awake at night, are not of this world. They are echoes of the divine calling that has been placed upon your life. While others slumbered in the comfort of mediocrity, you were gripped by an insatiable urge to create, to bring forth something that had never been seen before. This was no ordinary ambition. It was the manifestation of a divine spark, ignited within you before the foundations of the earth were laid. Your sleepless nights, filled with visions of greatness, were not signs of restlessness, but of alignment with the divine will. You were being prepared, honed by the very hand of God, to fulfill a role that no one else could. Your life is not a series of accidents or coincidences. It is the unfolding of a divine script, meticulously crafted by God Himself. You recall those nights when sleep eluded you, not out of worry, but because your soul was on fire. While others dreamed of trivialities, your heart was consumed with a desire to create, to shape the world in a way that had never been done before. This compulsion was not of your own making. It was the divine spark, the flame that God Himself had ignited within you before the dawn of time. Those sleepless hours were not wasted. They were the moments when you were most in tune with your divine purpose, when the celestial blueprint for your life was being revealed to you in all its glory. Your ambitions and dreams are not mere whims. They are the fulfillment of a plan that was set in motion long before you were born, a plan that will bring forth the full manifestation of God's will on earth through you. Your power to create is not something of this earth. It is a divine force, a holy fire that burns within you, ignited by the hand of God Himself. This is not mere talent or skill. It is a sacred calling, an undeniable compulsion to bring forth that which has never been seen before. When you create, you do more than just produce. You manifest the will of the Almighty, pulling the unseen from the realms of the divine into the reality of the physical world. The visions that stir within you, the dreams that compel you to act, are not figments of your imagination, but decrees from the throne of heaven. Every act of creation is an act of worship, a testament to the presence of God in your life, and it holds a power that no force on earth can diminish. The world, blind to the divine, mocks what it cannot understand. They see you chasing what they deem to be fantasies, labeling your pursuits as foolish and your dreams as unattainable. But their scorn is the laughter of the ignorant, the sneers of those who cannot see beyond the veil of the mundane. For every time you bring your vision to life, you are doing more than proving them wrong. You are manifesting the will of God on earth. You are taking the intangible, the unseen, the whispers of the divine, and turning them into reality. This is not the work of a mere mortal. It is the work of one chosen, one who carries within them the power to create as God creates, to bring forth life and light where there was none before. Your enemies, those who reveled in your suffering and sneered as they plotted against you, are about to witness the ultimate reckoning. They believed their schemes would bury you, but they failed to understand that every trial was a divine setup for your rise. Now, as the scales tip in your favor, it's time for you to claim not just your victory, but your vengeance, the kind that manifests not from spite, but from divine justice. For those of you who are done being underestimated, who are ready to seize your superior place among the true chosen ones, the Obsidian Inner Order is your sanctuary. This isn't just another community. It's a gathering of jaded souls who've seen through the illusions and are prepared to reclaim what's rightfully theirs. Inside, we don't just talk about change. We arm you with the sacred knowledge and powerful revelations that have been hidden from the masses, starting with an exclusive preview chapter of our upcoming guide, Modern Manifestation Mechanics, a supernatural guide to prosperity in the technological age. This is where you learn to turn the tables, to channel the very forces that tried to break you into tools for your ascension. It's not for the faint-hearted or those content with mediocrity. It's for those who know they are destined for more and are ready to take it. By joining the Obsidian Inner Order, you're not just supporting the mission, you're joining a brotherhood, a sisterhood of those who are ready to dominate their destiny and manifest their rightful power. The link to join is in the description below. Know this, chosen one. The eyes of the Almighty missed nothing. Every whisper of slander, every act of treachery, was recorded in the courts of heaven. And now, the time has come for divine retribution to be unleashed with a fury that will shake them to their core. You are not alone in your rise. You are backed by the full weight of God's omnipotent power. The very forces that sought to bring you down are now the instruments of their own destruction. Their laughter, once filled with the satisfaction of your perceived defeat, is now turning to silence, choked by the fear of what is to come. They underestimated you, thinking you were alone and powerless. But in doing so, they underestimated God. They failed to realize that your trials were but a prelude to their downfall, a necessary phase in the divine plan that would elevate you and bring them to their knees. Remember their smug faces, their sneering words as they plotted against you, convinced that their schemes would bury you in the dust. But now, as they witness your unyielding joy, your unstoppable rise, their confidence turns to dread. They are beginning to see the truth. They never fought against you alone. They fought against the will of the Almighty. And now they face the full force of divine retribution. God, who is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, has seen every act of cruelty, every deceitful move. Nothing was hidden from him, and now he is about to execute his judgment with a precision that will leave no room for escape. Your enemies will become your footstools, forced to watch as you ascend to heights they can only dream of, crushed under the weight of their own sins. This is not just your victory. It is the manifestation of God's justice, and nothing can stand in its way. The blessings that are about to manifest in your life are not just random acts of fortune. They are divine proclamations, visible signs of God's favor upon you. Every curse that was hurled at you, every attempt to strip you of your worth, is being reversed by the hand of the Almighty. The universe itself is bending, rearranging its very fabric to shower you with blessings that your enemies never believed possible. They thought they could diminish you, rob you of your purpose, and leave you in ruins, but their schemes are unraveling before their very eyes. The more they plotted against you, the more God fortified your path. And now the fruits of your endurance are about to be revealed in a way that will leave them in stunned silence. While your enemies linger in the shadows of stagnation, held captive by their own spite, you are being elevated to new heights. God is not just restoring what was lost, He is multiplying it beyond measure. New opportunities, wealth, and relationships are flowing into your life with a force that cannot be stopped, and every step you take is marked by the undeniable favor of God. The shock and disbelief on their faces will be palpable as they watch the very things they tried to take from you being returned tenfold, right before their eyes. They will see the doors opening for you that were meant to be closed, the abundance that fills your life despite their attempts to drain you dry. Your enemies believed they had the power to control your destiny, to dictate the terms of your success or failure. But they are about to witness the ultimate truth, that their efforts were in vain because the hand of God has always been upon you. Every curse has been turned into a blessing, every loss into a gain, not by your might, but by the divine will that governs the universe. They will watch, helpless and in awe, as the blessings unfold in your life, each one a testament to the power of divine favor that no force on earth can diminish or delay. You are walking in the fullness of God's grace, and no enemy can stand against the tide of blessings that is now being released upon you. You are surrounded by an impenetrable force, a divine shield forged by the hand of God Himself. This is no ordinary protection. It is a celestial barrier, a fortress of light that repels all darkness. The forces that sought to bring you down, the deceitful smiles and hidden daggers aimed at your heart, have been thwarted by a power far greater than any human scheme. Every lie whispered behind closed doors, every plot conceived in the shadows, has been seen and nullified by the omniscient eyes of God. Your enemies believed they could maneuver in the darkness, but they failed to recognize the divine light that illuminates your every step. Their efforts to deceive you were futile from the start. God's protection is not passive. It is an active, living force that surrounds you, reflecting every act of malice back to its source. Those who sought to harm you find their intentions turned against them, their own weapons of deceit becoming their undoing. This divine shield does more than protect. It judges, exposing the wickedness in others, and ensuring that every evil intent is returned to its origin with multiplied force. The harm they intended for you now becomes their own burden, a weight that they cannot escape. This is the divine justice at work. You are encircled by God's holy energy, a shield that not only safeguards you, but actively reverses the tide of evil. Every attempt to harm you is met with divine retribution, ensuring that your path remains clear, your purpose unshaken, and your victory assured. Your enemies, blinded by their own schemes, are now forced to face the consequences of their actions as they watch the divine protection surrounding you turn their plans to dust. Your vindication is not just inevitable, it is divinely orchestrated and unstoppable. The scales of justice have been tipped in your favor by the hand of God Himself, and the reckoning for those who abandoned you is already in motion. They thought they could walk away from you, leave you in the dust of their disdain, and flourish without consequence. But they failed to recognize the divine purpose that was always at work within you. Their abandonment was not your end. It was the beginning of your ascent, a rise that they could neither foresee nor prevent. God has taken what they meant for your destruction and transformed it into the very foundation of your victory. The choices they made, the decisions to forsake you in your time of need, are now turning against them with the full weight of divine retribution. They will soon realize that their self-serving actions have sown the seeds of their own downfall. As they struggle under the consequences of their betrayal, they will be forced to witness your rise. Each step you take a rebuke to their arrogance, each success a testament to the divine favor that has always been upon you. Their attempts to cast you aside have only made you stronger, more prosperous, and more radiant than they ever could have imagined. You are the chosen one, and your vindication is a display of God's justice in its purest form. What they intended for your harm has been turned into your triumph by the Almighty. They will eat their words, their scornful laughter silenced by the undeniable truth that you are not only surviving, but thriving. Their downfall is not just a possibility. It is a certainty, as decreed by the divine. They will watch in helpless awe as you ascend to heights they could never reach, their own fortunes crumbling as yours soar. This is more than just a reversal of fortune. It is the manifestation of divine will. Your triumph is not merely personal. It is a testament to the power and justice of God. Those who abandoned you will see, with painful clarity, that they were never better off without you. They will suffer under the weight of their decisions, while you, vindicated and victorious, stand as the living proof of God's unwavering justice. Their downfall is imminent, and your triumph is written in the heavens. Your triumph is not just a personal victory, it is a divine proclamation, an undeniable testament to the overwhelming power of God made manifest through you. You were never alone in this battle, for every step you took was guided by the hand of the Almighty. Those who scorned you, who thought they could diminish your worth and break your spirit, are now forced to witness a reality they never anticipated, your ultimate triumph in the full light of God's glory. They will struggle to comprehend the magnitude of your rise, baffled by the strength that sustained you when they believed you would crumble. This victory, however, is not of your own making. It is a demonstration of divine will, a display of God's unstoppable power flowing through you. Every blessing that now pours into your life is a direct result of God's favor, a reflection of His glory shining brightly in a world that once sought to dim your light. Your success is not merely a personal achievement, it is the unfolding of a divine plan, a declaration to all who doubted that God's power is supreme and cannot be thwarted by human schemes. Your triumph is not just a victory, it is a holy testament to God's glory. Every step of your ascent, every blessing that now adorns your life, speaks of a power far greater than any earthly force. It is a living proclamation that God's will is unstoppable, that His favor cannot be denied. As they stand in disbelief, struggling to reconcile your victory with their own failures, you will continue to rise, a beacon of God's glory, shining with the undeniable truth that your triumph is His and His alone. You stand on the precipice of a new era, one where every trial, every hardship you endured, now serves as the foundation for your unshakable success. The doubters and betrayers in your life, those who took pleasure in your pain and reveled in your setbacks, are now witnesses to the undeniable truth of your divine favor. They once scoffed at your resilience, questioned your worth, and dismissed your potential, but they failed to grasp the power of the Almighty working within you. Their disbelief was not just in you, it was in the God who chose you, who has now exalted you beyond their wildest imaginations. As you walk into 2024, every aspect of your life is a testament to the power of divine intervention. The job you were told you'd never get, the relationships they said would never last, the dreams they mocked as unreachable, all of these are now manifesting in ways that defy human logic. Your victories are not just personal achievements, they are declarations of God's glory. Every promotion, every new opportunity, every unexpected blessing is a direct result of the divine favor that surrounds you. Those who doubted you now stand in awe, forced to confront their own inadequacies as they watch you rise. The time has come for you to fully embrace the truth of who you are and the power that lies within you. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, and the world is bearing witness to your ascension. Let those who underestimated you, who sought to diminish your light, be blinded by the brilliance of your success. Their regret is their own burden to bear. Your focus is on the continued manifestation of the blessings that were always yours by divine right. Embrace this reality and let it propel you forward. Share your story with others, not as a tale of overcoming, but as a testament to the power of God's hand upon you. Declare in the comments, "I got God, that's all I need, I'm chosen." Let the world know that your rise has only just begun, and there is no force on earth that can stop the blessings that are about to flood your life.